Let's be friends. You only need what's best for you and not them. Don't pretend.
What is up, my bodyweight warriors? Good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. You may notice that we're in a little bit of a different location, and that's because I'm back at home. Thought I'd come down to the beach with my buddy, grab a coffee, a wild coffee, like kind of camping style, and enjoy this ridiculous weather that we're currently having. But it's now like 10 o'clock, so I think probably should actually get on and do some sort of productivity stuff today. Head home and grab some food.
See, go outside, it feels so good. We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe. We just see everything.
Finally back home, made some food. This is a pretty simple broth recipe, similar to that Thai broth. Essentially, I've used chorizo as the flavoring for the broth because it's really tasty and pretty easy. And then crack some eggs in. I've got some parsley, a bunch of other vegetables in there. High protein, high fat, loads of veggies, loads of good stuff. Although I did have some dark chocolate with the coffee at the beach, so that is kind of included in the macros for this meal. It's currently now about 11 o'clock. And although I'm on Easter break, which is why I'm back at home, I still have quite a bit of work to do, which I probably should get around to doing at some point. But until then,
really care. I always feel like you're never aware. You're a part of me.
It's currently like 3 o'clock-ish, been working for the last few hours. Spraying stuff and sanding stuff is literally my degree at the moment. Just got some food. As I was getting a little bit peckish, I've just got some super simple reheated bolognese with a raw salad and some avocado and raw cheese on the side, coffee, and then also my like current favourite, which is a slice of cucumber with nut butter on. And I don't know why, but the like combination of fresh and like sticky, it's so good, so good. You might notice that we're back to the carb backloading approach. For the last like 4 weeks, I've been having that low carb, high fat, good brown protein breakfast, and then introducing carbs as the day went on. I used to, for a long period, maybe 2 years, just carb backload, so protein and fat in the day, carbs and protein at night, essentially. So we're kind of going back to that, seeing how it goes. I was actually quite enjoying the carbohydrates in the middle of the day. Like I felt pretty good, so I may go back to it. Again, experimentation is the key to this. There is no one perfect approach for everyone. The key is finding what you enjoy doing, what suits your style and your lifestyle. Right, it is now 5:30, finished with work I think for today. I didn't really do a huge amount, but it was like a time-consuming thing having to spray. If you've ever done model making and you've had to like build up those coats of paint and sand down, like it just takes time. The Bodyweight Warrior t-shirt is on, which can only mean one thing. It's time to go and train. I was going to train outside, but although it looks really nice out there, it is in fact actually only like 8 or 9 degrees, so it's pretty cold. And that means if I train outside, I could train outside, but my performance will suck. Make a quick pre-workout, jump in the car, go to the gym, and get training.
But we're so apart. Where is your heart? Now I don't.
Pre-workout is done. Full recipe will be in the description down below. But now let's go train.
Go outside, it feels so good. We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe. We just see everything.
Back with the usual workout commentary, as always starting off the session with some hand balancing.
I'm actually currently dedicating a lot more time to hand balancing because I have a little bit more time to spare now I'm back at home. So if you head over to my Instagram, I'm currently doing a hashtag challenge that you can then join in on called 28 Days of Balance. The challenge is to do some sort of hand balancing every day for 28 days. I'm going to be providing some tips and then also what I am up to for the next month. So there will be a link in the description to that one. Just as you're watching here, here's kind of my better attempts from this session in terms of the one-arm handstand. There is definitely progress, which is nice, and I think you'll see that throughout the entirety of this workout. Like, things are very slowly progressing in the right direction, which is always nice to see, especially these Stalder presses. These Stalder presses I actually re-achieved during this series, I think in maybe like weeks 4 or 5 or 6, around that sort of time. I kind of got my first solid Stalder press for over a year. And then now, 4 or 5 weeks later, I can perform consistent single rep with about 6 to 8 second eccentric as well in a pause, in a pike planche position. And I've been doing that consistently for 6 sets, which is such an awesome thing to do. And I think that for myself anyway has been a big achievement and a big change that I've seen during this series. Additionally, I've been trying to kind of link together different hand balancing movements. So what you're seeing here is a Stalder press transitioning into a negative straddle handstand push-up and then attempting to control it into an elbow lever, which didn't quite happen, but a kind of a cool sequence that I would like to do in the future. I will definitely be working on. And then just for extra, trying to hold the elbow lever, which is something I haven't trained, but always nice to know is there. Then moving on after that, I did attempt some handstand push-ups a few days before this vlog. I actually managed to get sort of my first couple of singles in a few months on the handstand push-ups on the floor, although the form wasn't good, so I thought I would test it in this vlog and see if I could get some, because again, that would be a really nice progress piece towards my goals that I set out at the beginning of this series. However, today I was a little bit fatigued and it wasn't happening, but I feel confident by next session or next episode we hopefully should have it. So pairing with the Stalder press, I've got these neutral grip weighted chin-ups. As I mentioned previously, I've got a little bit of elbow tendonitis going on, so I'm just trying to include movements that isn't going to aggravate it. These neutral grip chin-ups seem to be absolutely fine, and it allows me to add a good amount of intensity with weight. I'm currently using 32.5 kilos of weight, which is almost 40% of my body weight for 4 reps. So it felt relatively strong, but looking for that consistency over the 6 sets. The next exercise I've been doing is these wall assisted handstand push-ups, and I understand that some of you may be concerned, maybe I've got a banana going on here with my back, but actually I found that the challenge with the handstand push-up is really accumulating volume in that handstand push-up position. It's really hard to break through those first sort of 3 or 4 reps, and by doing it with maybe not the best form, but going for that raw strength and just powering it out against the wall has really helped me to make gains in the handstand push-up. That was paired with these ice cream makers, and here I'm using a straddle position because I'm going for a controlled pause in that front lever position, which I'm not quite able to do and control as well in that front lever. So again, this one is a little bit different to that handstand push-up. I'm going for quality over just pure powering out in this position. And then the final pairing was some weighted ring dips. Here I'm using 17.5 kilos for kind of 5 to 6 reps on the rings. Again, similar to the handstand push-ups, form is good, but it's not perfect. I'm just going to try and power these out and really build some strength in my pushing ranges of motion. This was paired finally with Cuban rotations. I'm kind of going heavy on these, but I again don't like to go really heavy because they just feel a little bit dodgy. I'm using a women's Olympic lifting bar here, so it's about 15 kilos in weight. Again, going for about 5 to 6 repetitions. If you're new to this movement, I don't recommend you start heavy. Start light, work on that scapular activation, and progressively build up. After this, I finish with some mobility, then back to the vlog.
It's actually now like 8 o'clock. I didn't end up getting to the gym until like 6. And then when I was in there, I ended up coaching somebody for like half an hour. So it's freaking late. Gotta go home, cook a bunch of food and eat. By the way, the recipe I am making is a chicken Thai green curry from my man Jamie Oliver, JMO, and it'll be in the description down below if you want to give it a go. There we have it, guys. The final meal of the day is now 9 o'clock. I am freaking hungry. As I was cooking that, I had some dried mango and coconut water, as you saw, for those high glycemic post-workout carbohydrates. The mango is actually really good because it's really high in carbohydrates. Nice for stacking in a fair amount. The final meal has a bunch of white rice and that Thai green curry, so we got a good amount of fat from the coconut milk, loads of protein from the chicken thighs, and then all the carbohydrates from the white rice. And that kind of wraps us up for today nicely. I think it actually worked out to be like 50% fat, 30% carbs, 20% protein, which is like bang on what I was looking for with this new carb backloading. Previously I was like 40, 40, 20 was kind of where I was looking at, and now we're back to that higher fat. Workout felt pretty strong. Overall pleased with the performance, although I didn't manage the handstand push-up, but I was a bit fatigued when I actually ended up attempting it. So test that in vlog number 10, which will be the next episode. Hopefully we'll have that by then. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this first vlog at home. I didn't put the weight in this morning because the scales here put me at a different weight to what I was at uni. So just trying to work out. Next video I'll give you an update on how the cut's going, but feeling pretty lean in general, and I'm feeling strong, so all is going well. If you did enjoy this video, guys, hit that thumbs up button and support the channel. If you want to leave your opinion or ask any questions, do so in the comment section down below. If you want to share this series with a friend, I would really appreciate that. But that has been it for this week, guys. Have a strong week, and peace.